Hi Becca, it's Fancy and I'm looking at your design. You have plenty of areas of water, that's for certain. And then I see that you're using double visual pathways with interpenetration. I see two kinds of, or different shapes of interpenetration. I see this kind of notched triangle and then this one as well. Um, I think I would go with one or the other, maybe not both. You could make both work, and then but I think it might be more simple to use one or the other. As for your double visual pathways, I think I see one this way and going this way, maybe this way and kind of terminating there. And then I see this one and I see this one. So it looks like a start to me. It doesn't look like you've gotten very far with your visual pathways. It seems kind of top heavy because this brightest perceptual opposite is up here, and we don't really see it anywhere else with regards to the strength of the color. We see some of the other steps in the scale, but we don't see this step anywhere else except for right here in the upper left and where it's the most concentrated, so that doesn't unify well. Your double visual pathways here are, pretty flat. You're using maybe the first couple of values in your scale, while these are more or less, these are gradating more throughout the entire scale. You just need to do more with it. I like the way that these pathways kind of fade in and out of your areas of water, but they might, they might fade a little bit too much. You have to give the viewer enough information for them to be able to follow the pathway, and maybe it looks different when you print it, but on the screen it's a little bit hard to follow. I might try to increase the contrast a little bit. It doesn't have to be really high contrast, but it has to be a little bit more. So enough for the viewer to be able to form that visual pathway. Here is kind of, so I'm really unsure of how many visual pathways you're trying to incorporate. You've got two short ones here and what looks to be like a longer one that kind of meanders here. So in that respect, they're not unifying as well. And then, as I said, the visual pathways. You want to have a lot of water, which you do, and less fire. So you definitely have achieved that goal, except all your fire is really concentrated here, maybe with the little exception of an exception of a little fire here. So it's just not unified yet. So I think you need to, you've got your palette, you've got your chart. I made some comments about your chart, but you've got to do a lot more with your design.